The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors. Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. I cannot believe it, but this is my last show of September of 2025, and what a year it's been for Topic Time Nation. 15th anniversary, come and gone, on we go, Sweet 16. And I have an awesome guest tonight. He's a filmmaker on the Cape. He found me. We're going to look at some footage, some pictures, the whole shebang. But of course, before we get to him, got to read these incredible underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So, we have Lynch's Towing, Auto, Cycle, and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for towing, one number for project. My pal Lynchy there in Brockton's always in search of new scrap metal, wheels, anything to do with transportation. He handles it all. We have the Wareham House of Pizza in Wareham. We have Grip It and Rip It, sports trading cards and video games in West Bridgewater. We have Rose Jewelers in Kingston, rocking the South Shore in custom design for 29 years. We have Mulberry Frozen Yogurt in Raynham. We have One Good Credit in Brockton. We have Brian's Barbershop in Kingston. We have Sharnick Auto Body and Repair in Lakeville. We have Diesel Plus Unlimited in Whitman. We have Bay Street Vape and Smoke in Taunton. We have Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Gabe's Auto Services in South Easton. We have Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have Tom Auto in Middleborough. We have Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We have Eli's Auto Care in Taunton. We have RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. We have good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We have Doggy Boutique, all breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my great next door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. We have Countertops Express in North Attleboro, experts in the installation and removal of quartz and granite. We have the Riverside Cafe in Wareham, open 6 days a week, all except Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They make the best breakfast from Boston to the Cape, and they have DoorDash deliveries. We have Haven Psychiatric Services right here in the building in room 211. We have Evan Young Realty, that's my brother, the realtor, and we have Joe's Diner in Taunton. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now, Mr. Neal Jones, how you doing today? What a backdrop of artifacts you have behind you. You want to?
Oh, thank you. It's good to talk to you, Harrison. How are you doing?
Great. So you got, what do you got? Mugs and the Wolfman, and it looks like you got a bunch of beer steins and all kinds.
This is actually the Toxic Avenger popcorn bucket from the new Toxic Avenger.
Wow.
It just came out. And then I've got some trophies here from festivals that my movies have played. Universal Monsters. Over here we've got the cereal monsters like Frankenberry and Count Chocula.
Oh, I used to eat that cereal all the time until my doctor told me I was a borderline diabetic, and then I stopped. Just kidding.
Yeah. And your dentist probably.
Oh yeah, the dentist. They loved it. They loved it. Believe me, they loved racking up.
Yeah, they get better business.
The cavity fillings. All right. Well, is all you do horror films or?
Primarily horror movies, although the newest movie that I was in, I didn't direct or anything or produce it. I was in it as the main villain. It's more of an action. No, it's kind of a crime action movie. It's a revenge movie, so not really a horror movie. The last one I did, Our Man Funk.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering. I mean, horror movies over the years have been, in many ways, they have a kind of an interesting effect on the psyche. I mean, they shock us, but then they soothe us at the same time, and they shock us to laughter, and that soothes us. Is that kind of the way your movies are? Would you say the genre is correct?
Yeah, the ones that I've made are more horror comedies, so they're not like really graphic movies. But yeah, when you talk to horror fans, I think some people who don't like horror movies, they assume like a horror fan's like this crazy guy who or girl who loves to see people murdered, and maybe that's what they want to do in real life. But yeah, I think people watch them, and it's actually calming, like you said, because it takes you. It's like the real world's already bad enough, and then you watch this horror movie, and usually at the end of the horror movie, everything's okay.
Okay, that's good. Well, tell me a little, I do this with every guest, and we are going to watch some clips of your work about halfway through the show. Tell me about yourself. Where did you grow up? How long have you been doing this? What did you aspire to as a child? And then if I have any questions regarding that, I'll throw them in as I see fit. So start with that.
Oh yeah, so I grew up on Cape Cod, and I was always a horror movie fan, always a movie fan.
Okay.
But I really liked horror movies since I was a little kid. The first actually movie I have any memory of seeing was Night of the Living Dead with my mom. My brother's 9 years older, single mom. She would take him to the drive-in, and then she'd bring me along instead of getting a babysitter. So I was probably like 4 or 5 seeing these horror movies. And I was kind of like disturbed when in Night of the Living Dead, the pickup truck breaks down, and then the zombies start eating the people. And then my mom turned to me, and she was like, "Oh, they're just having a barbecue." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Then I was fine with that.
Okay,
And
so
then,
basically, she got you in the humorous mode right away.
exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a big horror movie. She's a big movie fan in general.
Now that could have had a double-edged effect. I mean, that could have made you a cannibal. Think about it. You could have decided to start eating people too. Fortunately, you decided not to, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to talk about that here live on the show.
Right. Well, I just like to cover all the bases. Okay. All right. So how did you end up? Did you do anything like this in high school? Any film productions, acting?
No, really. In school, I took advanced physics and calculus and computer programming. Actually, my guidance counselor wanted me to become an accountant. So none of that was useful at all. But I started doing podcasting 20 years ago, really
Wow.
before it was even a term, podcasting, 2005.
Even before I started mine.
Yeah, 2005, pro wrestling podcast, and then I started doing the horror movie podcast in 2006, and then it wasn't that long ago. I wish I would have pursued like making movies earlier in life, but I was in my 40s and I was doing festivals and conventions, and I would meet other filmmakers, and through there I started to get involved in making movies and being in movies.
Okay. How old are you now? You don't look much past 40 today.
49. So
Okay.
a few 6 months, and I'll be the big 50.
Big 50. That's a fun age. I've been there a while ago. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, me with it's 2009. Okay. Well, did you go to college for filmmaking at all? And if
No, I did not. And I'll be honest, most of the independent filmmakers I know did not go to film school.
Okay.
I do think things are different today than they were like in the 70s and the 80s, and maybe even I think it kind of changed in the 90s with like, Kevin Smith but like Quentin Tarantino never went to film school, and he's, one of the biggest directors. And I think today a lot of people, they learn to make films on set of other films, or even you can learn how to make a film like with tutorials online. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone from going to film school. Obviously, you can learn a lot in film school. But I also, if you don't have the funds to go to film school, there are other ways, I think, to learn to be involved in movies, either make movies or be in them in some way.
Well, I know there's instructions you can get online today too.
And I really think the biggest help would be find like some indie films and be on set.
Tell me about those podcasts. Are you still doing them, or any of them?
Yeah. So I actually tonight on Thursday, when we're recording this, I do my live horror show at 8 p.m. Eastern every Thursday, and I do the wrestling show every Tuesday night at 9.
Okay. Oh, all right. So this is the one. You've been doing for 20 years. You still doing it?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. Okay. I thought I was leading the league in duration, but I guess I'm not. Okay. Well, we're getting there. All right. Well, tell me about, now we're going to watch, in a few minutes, we're going to watch some of your clips. Are all these films that we're going to watch clips from done already?
Yeah. So I sent you 3 trailers that, so the first one is Umbilicus Desidero, which is the first short film that I made. And then with the couple I made that with, Michael Epstein and Sophia Cacciola, we had a good time making that.
They were on my show.
Oh, yeah. They used to be.
Long time ago. We're talking 2012.
I met Michael when he still lived in, I believe he was in Somerville,
the
near
Boston area. Now they're in LA, I think, right?
Yeah, they moved out to LA, and oddly enough, I didn't meet Sophia until they were in LA. And so we did the short film together. We actually filmed that during Boston Underground Film Festival, and then we had a good time. And then we talked, and I'll go into the story deeper if you like. And we made the two feature films together, End Zone 2 and the Once and Future Smash, which we made those. One of those we made out in LA, and the other one we filmed in Charlotte.
How are they doing now? I still see them on Facebook. They're still active in the film world, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good friends with them, and so actually Michael was just on the movie I was in, Our Man Funk, and Michael is going to come out, and he's actually going to shoot my directorial debut in the spring, movie Arbor Day.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're obviously pretty busy with the stuff today.
Yeah. I try to keep busy.
Just wondering, why did you never move to LA? You just feel because you can do plenty of stuff around here?
Yeah, I don't know if someone wants to offer to pay my way out to LA.
Oh, all right. No, I didn't know that. I just didn't realize. I thought obviously you're doing well here, so you don't need to go to LA. But I just, I mean,
But,
obviously it's kind of a
I do go out there.
stereotype that people in films do go out there, but I guess not everybody.
That's a good point, though, Harrison.
Thank you.
I do think people think you have to be in LA to be in films, and LA is definitely, obviously, you can make a lot of stuff all the time in LA, but also, New York has a big film industry. Atlanta has a really big independent horror. Really, like, I think wherever you are, if you look around, you might be able to find like a community to be involved in to make movies.
I don't know if you ever knew Wes Williams. Do you know who he was?
No.
He was a filmmaker. He was on my show in 2016. He went to Atlanta, young guy, and he passed away 2 years ago at 36.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh, wow,
I don't know what killed him, but he was good. He was seemingly healthy dude and was doing very well. And of all the people I've ever had on my show, I've probably gotten more YouTube hits from him than anyone else. He's in the 10,000 range.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we're still getting them now, I think. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not good, but I mean, that's good that you're pretty busy and you're still. Now, do you have a family at all? Wife, kids, or just?
No, I'm not a single guy.
Good for you. It frees you up for a lot of stuff, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
I thought maybe you're trying to hook me up with someone.
No, well, I'm hoping to try and hook myself up with somebody.
Okay.
I figure maybe that's why I want to see what you have in your movies, because then we can take it from there. That's why I like to get more people on the show, and that's why I mentioned females at the beginning. Well, you know what? We're about 12 minutes into the show, and right now we're going to watch 3 of those trailers that you were talking about, and we're going to come back to discuss them. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back to discuss Neal's trailers.
In 1955, the George Donner High School football team lost the big game. They beat freshman Jimmy Smazmov until he was hardly recognizable.
You people broke his goddamn jaw! Can't even eat like a regular person!
But Jimmy recovered. Jimmy Smazmov became Smash Mouth and got his revenge.
Did they ever find Jimmy?
Who, Smash Mouth? He died in the fire.
I heard they never found his body.
Now, 15 years later,
It's really nice to be here with you, Nancy. We missed you.
We should just have some fun. We deserve it. I've been coming out here for years. I've never seen that before.
What in tarnation?
Do you guys remember AJ? Him and Jimmy were always hanging out together, right?
Jimmy was like my brother. I kept him safe.
Smash Mouth is back.
Do you still have a thing for him?
Jimmy, it's me. It's me, Nancy.
This time, the cheerleaders who stopped him
I still remember the knife going into her.
will face their greatest fears.
You will know pain and suffering and blood.
Don't close your eyes. Don't cover your ears. And whatever you do, don't open your mouth. In Zone 2, get smashed.
In 1970, at the
height of the football revenge film craze, Mikey Smash and William Mouth both portrayed the football cannibal Smash Mouth in the cult hit End Zone 2. The film's influence on a small number of horror legends was immeasurable. Some even say it was Andy Warhol's favorite movie. After a portion of the film was lost and the ownership rights were called into question, End Zone 2 simply disappeared. Now, 50 years later, Smash Blender Films is reviving the franchise.
We're doing a reboot sequel of the movie End Zone 2, and it's gonna be called End Zone.
With the pending casting announcement at Mad Monster Party, rivals Mikey and William will each do anything to reclaim their iconic role. They are joined by their reluctant assistant, AJ.
Pick up that bag. I don't want those wheels to wear out.
Mikey, William, and AJ must battle clowns, law enforcement, and holographic technology to find out who will be crowned the once and future Smash. The once and future Smash.
There is only two persons in all of human history that didn't have a belly button. It was our lifeline. Our connection to life. This is not suitable for children.
God's worst mistake, if they were God.
Oh, Neal, that was great. Tell us what we just watched.
Yeah, so Umbilicus Desidero's a short film. So what happened was I got very sick when I turned 40.
Okay.
And so I had part of my colon removed, and
Wow.
yeah, it was very bad. So I actually, it was emergency surgery to save my life. I was dying. And so they had to remove part of my colon, part of my intestines. I woke up with a colostomy bag. Eventually, they did reversal surgery on this. Part of that surgery resulted in I don't have a belly button anymore.
Ooh.
And so my friend Michael,
You can
he
live
was
without one. I know. I'm
I don't
being
need
a little sardonic, but still, okay. Go on.
Right. And so so my friend Michael's like, let's make a documentary about that. And I thought he meant like a legit documentary. But his idea was, like a mockumentary, kind of a silly, a comedy.
Right. Wow.
Which actually helped because I know we've told the story to some other people, friends of ours, and they're like, well, that's kind of like, I was in bad shape and stuff. So maybe that's like disrespectful, but it wasn't, because I do think comedy helps you, recover and helps you get through bad times. And so that short documentary about me is about the loss of my belly button. So it's based in reality, but it's we go into kind of ridiculous territory with it.
Okay.
And so that played that was my first like acting really, and that played a bunch of festivals and did really well. It played festivals all over the world, which was really.
Well, I got a question. Right? How are you feeling now? How's it feel?
Yeah, I feel it took many years to recover. I had a lot of complications from that, but I eventually got a lot healthier. I lost like half my body weight. I went from 360 to 190.
You look very good now.
Yeah, I feel much better. You joked about being pre-diabetic. I was actually full-blown diabetic for a while, which I reversed that.
Good for you. Wow.
With just changing my diet and walking a lot.
Okay. I mean, to be able to, you really threw me for a loop with that one, sticking that little tidbit in there about having almost dying because you have to get your colon removed. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah. I didn't include it in my bio. I probably should have, I guess.
No, that's all right. I don't listen. That's the great thing about the spontaneity of topic time. We always, come up with stuff that fascinates. Listen, if it sucked for you, but you got through it, the viewing audience is going to eat it up. So that's all that matters. Think about it. Everything happens for a reason, and it's positive if you want it to be.
Yeah, so we had a good time making that, and it did really well at festivals. It won, a lot of awards, which was cool for me.
Okay.
And then so Michael and I we continued to talk, and Sophia, and we talked. So I was going to have these two guests on the show, Bill Johnson and Bob Elmore, who both played the Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Are you talking about your podcast that you had?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so both those guys kind of have a feud because they both take credit for playing Leatherface.
Okay.
And I'm friends with both of them, so I don't think either one's lying. They just have different stories. And so when I was talking to Michael, we're like, this would make a good idea for a movie where it's like two older horror actors who both take credit for playing the same slasher. And so from there we started talking about this idea for that as a movie, as another fake mockumentary. And so I'm friends with Michael St. Michael's from The Greasy Strangler.
Okay.
And Michael Epstein is friends with Bill Whedon, who I'm friends with now, but at the time I didn't know him too well. And so we both asked them if they would be interested in being in this movie. They both agreed. And they were like, but we would need an actual a convention to film this at. And so I asked my friend Eben, who runs Mad Monster, and he's like, yeah, if anyone else asked me, Neal, I'd say no, but for you, you can film anything you want. So we're like, well, now we actually have to write the script for this movie because we have the location, we have the 2 stars. So that resulted in this movie, The Once and Future Smash, which is sort of like Spinal Tap of horror conventions, where it's a lot of horror friends that I have over the years doing the podcast. They play themselves, and they talk about this fake movie, End Zone 2, and how influential it was to them. And then it's about these 2 older actors who are kind of feuding over who really played the character, and they also want to be in the remake. So it sounds kind of confusing there, but it was a really fun movie. And then End Zone 2 is actually the 1970 movie they talk about in this fake documentary. So what we did is we actually filmed End Zone 2, and we billed it at the time as a lost 1970 classic.
It's amazing how you take these torrid situations and turn them into films. That's fantastic. I don't know anybody else that's done that. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, though. You take bad things that have happened.
Turn them around. I know. Turn that frown upside down. Brown, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't be glum, chum.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wow. Okay. And so those podcasts, you're still doing the wrestling podcast too, and it's all. So is this separate? This podcasts are all separate, right? Though.
Yeah. I keep them separate. Yeah, I keep them separate. I even use 2 different names. So I'm Jackie Jones on the wrestling show, and I'm Nasty Neal on the horror show.
Okay, so it's 2 of them you have, not 3. I thought you have the horror film podcast and the wrestling podcast.
Right.
Okay. All right. So have you ever done wrestling? You look like you could have.
I did commentary for wrestling.
Cool. Where, like at ringside?
Yeah, it was for a local wrestling company, and I feel terrible. I'm not going to remember the name, but it was a local wrestling company, and they did some shows here on the Cape.
Well, that's fantastic. Okay. I mean, was it on like local TV in the neighborhood, or?
I believe so. Yeah, I think it was on local TV, and then we did live commentary once, which went was a virtual on the internet.
Okay, well that's great. I mean, you obviously Now, is there any other thing you've ever done in like acting? You ever done music? You ever done sports at all, or you ever done any writing? I mean, you write scripts.
Oh yeah, when we did Once a Future Smash, Michael wrote the script, but then I wrote a lot of the jokes for the horror actors. So it was a nice collaboration with me, Michael, and Sophia. We all added stuff. Michael wrote the basic script itself, and then I wrote a lot of the jokes for the horror people, which was really fun to do. And since then, I've wrote a script for a horror comedy, Arbor Day, which we're hoping to film in the spring.
Have you ever done stand-up comedy?
No, I've never done stand-up comedy.
Well, it might be. I don't know. I think you'd be great at it. And on that note, we're under 5 minutes to concluding the show. I hope you have fun talking.
Real quick, Umbilicus Desidero. There was no script for that. It was all ad lib. So, so maybe I could do stand-up comedy.
Well, I've been in some films too. I mean, I was in Shutter Island, and I was in Amistad.
Oh, wow. That's
amazing. Yeah. I was a mental patient in Shutter Island, the role I was born to play. I always tell people that. That was 2008. In 1997, I was fired by Spielberg on the set of Amistad for a faux pas that he screwed up himself, but I'm sure he doesn't care because he was a scumbag. No, all right. He was all right. I'm just kidding. I was just annoyed because he should have been more attentive to the people that were doing the film, the extras that, we're in a 20th century film dated to the 19th century, and it was all because of the dialogue that we were supposed to ad lib. We're all supposed to just suddenly realize that we're in 1839 and not 1997, which is when the film was done, where I was in it. So, but I worked with Martin Scorsese in the other film. He was great directly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, so what I want you to do in the remaining time is give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, and then we'll conclude it with my snap and the way we began it. So go ahead.
All right, yeah. So I don't know. Big thanks to my wrestling co-host JD Howard out there. Good to see you. My co-host on the horror show, my brother Terrible Troy, cousin AJ Cutler, who's also the director of Our Man Funk, and my good friend Tara Hutchinson, who is also on the show with me. Trista Robinson, who is the lead in Zone 2, we'll give her a shout out. And of course, Michael Epstein and Sophia Cassiola.
Hey, Mike and Sophia, I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yeah, and like I said, Mike and Sophia have already been on. Mike and Sophia have already been on the show. But if you want to get some of those other people on, let's make it happen.
Yeah, I can get. Yeah, I know a lot of people that's been on your show before.
Well, yeah, but I want to get new people on. The idea is, I know I've gotten a lot of people. 15 years, you get a lot of people. I want to get new people too.
I can help you out there.
By 15 years from now, I want to be able to say, I've had so many new people on since I had my 15th anniversary 15 years ago.
Exactly, yeah. 30 years, yes, 15 years from now, 30th anniversary.
So before we wrap the show up, is there anything on the horizon you want to mention real quick that you might have overlooked? If not, that's fine, but I just want to make sure we cover everything.
Yeah, so Our Man Funk, hopefully that will be, I think that'll be out next year. I think it's being edited right now. Arbor Day, we're going to launch a campaign for at the beginning of the year. And so we'll film that in the spring is the plan. And you could check out Without Your Head live on Thursday nights on withoutyourhead.com or youtube.com/withoutyourhead. And my wrestling podcast, In Your Head, is on YouTube as well, IYH Wrestling.
Okay. Well, you did a great job with me. So what I'm going to ask, I have one last favor. When we finish the show, my tech guy I'm going to have him take a picture of us for Facebook, and I'll tag you.
Okay.
Are you okay to do that?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm hoping you'll tag me as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right, folks, we're wrapping up September in Topic Time Nation of 2025. October is arriving with more phenomenal guests, and on we go. So wrapping up and snapping out. If the boombox works, as I always say. All right.
Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.